Erica, thank you. We'll see you then. All right, let's talk about the weather, whether you're going to need chains at all this week to drive through the passes. It's certainly very cold out there, but
cold
dry.
and clear, but we always get the one. It's clear, it's cold, and then the moisture comes back in, and that's when we see the problems.
Right, yeah. So we are going to see the colder air come in and even a colder blast of air that's going to arrive. And it's all going to depend on where exactly that sets up as we go into the weekend and into early next work week. Now, models have been slowing it up a little bit, so it's not coming in as early into the weekend, but we still expect at least some areas where we could see maybe some lowland snow. Doesn't look like we'll have a lot of moisture, so no big impacts as far as lowland accumulations, but we could see some of that across the mountains still. But at least for the rest of the work week, we're looking to stay dry. Just keeping an eye out for some of those patchy areas of fog into the morning. And yeah, that Arctic air, that's going to settle in. It's going to be a modified Arctic air mass, but either way, temperatures are going to drop even more below average than where they are right now. Current setup right now, you can see, looking across the country, a really cold air mass just off to our east, really, more across Montana, eastern parts of Idaho into Wyoming and Colorado, and even the extreme western parts of Nebraska, the Dakotas, where you have more of those teens and those 20s. We're right at the western edge of that, but the next one that comes in is going to be a little more directed at us, as it looks like right now. Cloudy skies for the time being. We're at 41, east winds coming in at 3 miles per hour. Those temperatures doable for us for the time being. 40 in Shelton, 42 in Tacoma. We're currently sitting generally in the mid-30s as you go farther north, as we have that air that's really been locked in, the chillier air from what we had last night when we dipped down into the 20s there across Skagit and Whatcom counties. Now, the clouds are still streaming on by. You can see some little speckles of green showing up. This is a really weak disturbance that's moving through with very little, if any, moisture really associated with it. You might see a few snow showers start to flare up here across the North Cascades, but other than that, we're still in between these two systems. Big area of low pressure off of the coast, and then another one across the center part of the country. And we have high pressure helping to support us with more of this north and northeasterly flow, which is going to keep things quiet, but also at the same time pretty chilly. Tonight, here we go. You can see those clouds holding on here across parts of western Washington. Then we go into early tomorrow morning. Those patchy areas of fog over the Kitsap Peninsula, parts of Puget Sound, areas farther north. I think we'll start to clear out a lot earlier, and we'll see that sunshine take over into the afternoon, where I think even parts of Puget Sound start to see a little more sun into our day for Wednesday. We'll go into the night tomorrow night, seeing more of the same, more clouds, areas of fog developing, and then we'll start to clear that out as we head on into Thursday afternoon, and the same as we head on into early Friday. Now, this is what we're going to keep an eye out for as we go into the weekend. Keep an eye out for some of these darker blues and these areas of pink and purple that you see across parts of Alaska and heading across the North Pole. That is going to be trying to sink its way southward. That's where you have the really cold air. Things are actually fairly quiet for the time being heading into the end of the work week, but then here we go into the weekend. Not quite down to us yet, and you can see that it's trying to work its way farther south throughout the day on Saturday. So it is slowing up, and then as we continue on into Sunday, you can see that southward progression of some of that colder air that's settling in, and then it looks like that tries to continue on into Tuesday and Wednesday, but it may be working its way farther off to the east. So again, that's why it's going to be key as far as where exactly that colder air mass does set up, because that's going to really have a big impact as far as temperatures. But we're still expected to drop quite a bit with our numbers by next week, and we still could see some lighter snow showers around as we head into late Saturday through Tuesday.